It's a new day, it's a new life. Feel the wind change, feel the sunlight. And tomorrow's brighter than it's ever been before. Winter came and now it's gone away. It's a new day.
Yeah, we get asked all the time, where is that place you're staying at?
So we thought today we would give you the grand tour, show you what's around here, and show you why we tend to come back to this place over and over.
Well, first you can see this is, absolutely beautiful.
Woohoo!
To come hang out at this site.
This place does really spoil me, but honestly, it is the perfect place for us to come when Phil's had his surgery. So he just finished, for those of you who don't know, he just had a third surgery since we've been on the road, and that is the biggest one, and it's a total knee replacement.
Yeah, so we've been sitting here for about, well, it'll be 3 months.
By the time we leave.
By the time we leave, sitting.
And we are itching to get moving.
Yeah, it's killing me. I'm here so that we can do PT, which is 3 minutes down the road.
Yep.
We have a full shower, which we'll show you later. That is great when you're hobbling around on one good wheel. Other than that, this place is just quiet, very well taken care of. The landscaping, the management,
Yep.
You cannot beat this resort.
What you couldn't see from our casita is this excellent view.
Yeah, we're sitting on the 14th hole here at the Alsatian golf course. Let me tell you, some of these players have us in stitches during the day.
There's nothing better than sitting at the table watching the golfers come up, and the next thing you know, you hear some 4-letter words and the club goes flying across the course.
Yeah,
it has happened a lot.
Yeah, we've seen a ton of clubs go flying. And actually, where we are in relation to the 14th hole, we're directly behind it. We've had quite a few close calls with golf balls, almost ending up on our patio. There are some guys out here that probably shouldn't be golfing, like me, because you never know where the ball's going to end up.
The great thing about this campground is you don't have to have a casita to have a great site.
The sites in here are spacious, they're long, they're concrete, they're flat. You can't beat this setup out here.
Everybody has a nice little area of grass, and there's big sections of grass behind some of the rigs, so if you have kids that want to play, kick a ball, there's a lot of space for that.
Yeah, and every space comes with a table and 2 chairs, so you don't even have to break out your own chairs to sit out and enjoy the peace and quiet out here.
Now for those of you with the big RVs, don't you worry, this place is big rig friendly. There is a ton of room for your RVs, your tow vehicles, your buddy's car sometimes will even fit in your site as well.
Yeah, and if you have too many vehicles at your site already, they do have a overflow parking lot right next to the clubhouse and the pool. All of the outside rows at the perimeter of the park are back in, and there's 2 rows in the center for pull-throughs.
Yeah, and of course the back ends are a little bit cheaper than the pull-throughs, but let me tell you, it's mighty convenient to have all that space when you're chilling here. If you have friends that don't have an RV and they want to hang out with you, there are 2 cabins on the property just waiting for your friends. All right, I know what you're thinking. That place is so empty. Why is it so empty if it's so great? Well, let me tell you, in the wintertime, this place is packed. Right now, it's July in Texas, so people are not banging on the door to come and sit when it's this hot. Want to have cocktails with a few friends? The patio is the perfect place to do it. It's got comfortable furniture and plenty of space to hang out. Good morning, how are you?
This captured probably our 2nd visit here to Alsatian, and this here, you can look at it and tell it was pre-solar, so it's been a minute. But we're here and here, so we made the cut. One other feature I forgot about the Alsatian RV Resort is they've got a nice little fitness room here. And I'm going to come back here and try to test out my knee. I totally forgot that they had an elliptical in here. And it looks like you'll be able to get a full body workout.
Castroville is a sleepy little town. There's not a ton to do here, but you can get out and explore, like this church here that was actually built in 1868.
That's a long time ago, but there are a lot of other historical sites throughout Castroville. They even have a walking tour through the town, which we haven't done yet, but that's available.
Now, as far as amenities here, there is a Walmart, there's a drive-through margarita shack.
Yeah, there's a drive-through. You can go through and get just about any drink you want, mixed, beer, sodas, you name it. It's kind of cool.
I would wave off on the margarita though. We did attempt one and it was awful. So just get you a beer and a snack.
Yeah.
Skip the margaritas. I think they had like a 12-year-old making it. He didn't know what he was doing.
But I mean, it's pretty cool. It's something you don't see all the time. I mean, this little sleepy town is growing. I mean, Walmart, they've got quite a few fast food joints. They've got a meat market in town.
The meat market is really good.
Yeah, it's a nice little town to get away and just, you know, it's not the hustle and bustle of downtown San Antonio.
But downtown is only 30 minutes away.
Right.
So if you're going to the Riverwalk or the Alamo, 30 miles. And if you want to go to SeaWorld, that's around 30 miles in a different direction. And Six Flags is about almost 40 miles. So everything is still within reach and you get to be out here in the quiet of Castroville. Need a quick pick-me-up? Head down to the little mom and pop coffee shop. It's actually an old filling station, and they will give you a nice little latte, or I don't know, Phil, what'd you get?
A regular coffee with a splash of French vanilla.
So it's a cool little place to hang out. There's only a couple of really good restaurants here in Castroville, and the cafe is one of them. The other good option for a restaurant here in Castroville is Luigi's. It is a quiet little Italian place, and it's pretty darn good. They also will deliver out to the campground. One of the things I really love about this park is how well they take care of everything. The laundry room is always spick and span. The bathrooms are always really clean. And we all know how bad some of these RV park laundry rooms can be. And what you're missing is the smell of bleach. So obviously they've been in here probably today and did a good scrub down, because it smells fresh and clean. Need to walk Fido? Don't worry. There's poo stations all over the park. You ready to take them in for the best part of this place?
Ta-da! No, it's the casita, really. It's the casita. That's what you're here to see.
Now, we really like it because I feel like we have double or even triple the size of our RV with all this extra space. So, here we go. Lights!
This is what we gain by having this casita. We have all this indoor storage area. It's air conditioned, and we have a closet. So we have even more additional space.
Which basically means we tend to store a lot of junk while we're here and then have to get rid of it when it's time to go.
Well, it's also a place where we can put things where you don't have to worry about locking individual bikes and worry about stuff walking off. We just put it in here, close the door, and hope nobody messes with it. Now, we do have, this is actually a workstation. So if you really wanted to separate from the rig and get some peace and quiet and do some work, you can do right here. They do have Wi-Fi in the park, but as you know, we travel with our own, so that's what we use.
Now, one bonus about this space out here is this is the space we used when we painted the cabinets. We brought all the drawers out here and we sanded and painted them in here, so it would be A, air conditioned when we were here, but B, we didn't have to worry about dust and all that stuff.
Yeah, and again, it's climate controlled. When we're here in the heat of the summer, 100-degree temps outside, and it stays nice and cool in here.
Yes, we know we did it wrong,
Yes,
but hey, we
again.
had to do the knee when we did the knee. Now, this really is the reason we chose the casita. Ta-da!
Boom! Right
This
here.
shower.
Yeah. This here, it's a full bathroom with a walk-in shower. And
Well,
it's
there's no
pretty,
tub, so it's considered 3/4.
Well, yeah, but for me, a full bath is this.
Shower, yeah.
It's plenty big. It's got a rain shower head. It's got the handheld shower head. It is
Now
big
the
and spacious.
the bonus is when Phil had his surgeries, not just the knee, but his surgery from before, there was no way I could help him shower in the tiny shower in the RV. So this allowed me to help him, especially when he had no mobility of his shoulder for, previous surgery. I know he's falling apart.
Yeah.
I know.
Now,
I'm trying to fix him.
We could have done it in the RV, but we would have flooded the whole back end of the rig.
It would have been
water would have been
precarious.
everywhere. So this, I mean, you can see it's pretty big.
Yeah.
So we can come out here. We can take leisure showers, or I should say Hollywood
I
showers.
can run that shower as long as I want. I never run out of hot water.
Yeah. So this has been truly a blessing to have. And then when the temps are pretty reasonable outside, we love sitting outside at the table in the shade and watching the golfers. But we do still watch the golfers just from the comforts of the air-conditioned
RV.
rig. Yeah.
Now I will sit outside. Okay, we can actually quit talking in the bathroom. I feel like I'm some young kid getting ready to take a picture or something in front of the toilet. So we do. I mean, I would sit out here even in the 90s, but these 105-degree temps for the last almost 30 days, they beat me down.
Yeah, and in fact, look at this.
Oh yeah, my candles are dying.
This is a candle. It's supposed to be straight up, but
Fully erect.
Yeah, fully erect, and it's not. So the heat has melted them, and probably from noon on, this part of the casita is in the shade as the sun goes over us.
Yeah.
And still, I mean, yesterday was 107, 108 degrees, and it felt like 111 out. So you just can't escape it. Although we turn the fan on and we're in the shade, there's just not really a good breeze.
That being said, if you're here any months other than June, July, and August, you're probably good to go. I know you guys are all wondering, okay, how much?
Yeah, but anything that's got resort attached to it's got to be pricey, right?
Well, we know not all campgrounds that are called themselves resorts are true resorts, but this one is pretty darn nice.
It's very nice.
So the least expensive campsite or your entry point, which are the back ends, are $45 a night or $570 for the month. The
not bad.
casitas, of course, are going to be your most expensive because of all the space, and they are $100 per night or $1,300 a month. Now, of course, the monthlies don't include electric.
Yeah, and we're here again during the heat of the summer, so our electric bill is a little bit higher than we would like.
Yeah.
That's because the AC is running not only in the rig, but in the casita, so we're paying for the casita power as well.
And it's running nonstop.
Yeah.
San Antonio is the 6th largest city in the U.S., so I'm sure at some point in time, if you haven't been through here, you're going to come through here. So this is a great place to sit while you're exploring San Antonio. And that being said, if you would like to explore the best parts of San Antonio, make sure you come back next week because we're going to show you where to go so you don't hit all those yucky tourist traps.
Yeah, everybody that comes to San Antonio is, they do the same things over and over. We're going to try to take you off the beaten path and show you some things outside of the tourist trap.
Yeah. Take you where the locals go. Take you to some of our favorite places.
Yeah, are we locals even though we come and go?
Well, we did live here for almost 10 years, so
Yeah,
I would consider us a local.
Okay.
At least we know where some of the really good spots are, whether we're considering ourselves locals or not.
That's right. But you'll definitely want to come back and check that out because it's, something different to do than the familiar
The two things
tourist.
everybody does. That one section of the Riverwalk and the Alamo. And then after that, you might want to go to SeaWorld and Six Flags if you have youngins on board, but most people, that's not their number one thing to do here. And it's definitely not the best things to do here.
And for military,
Yeah.
it is Military City, USA for a reason.
Yeah.
And when you come here and you get out in town and experience that side of things, you'll understand why.
If you call and book here, let them know that we sent you and tell them we said hi.
Yeah, and we won't be here when you do.
Yeah, by the time you get
Because-
this, we won't be here.
Yeah,
We
because
better
we'll-
not be here. It's time to go.
Yeah, we're hitting the road.